Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar News channel. You've been following this investment for years. You might want to sit down because what's happening right now could be the biggest development we've ever seen. It's the atmosphere in the dinar community is electric. People aren't just talking about if anymore. The conversation is shifting to how and when. There's serious talk about Tier 4B appointments, brand new exchange rates, and a process that could change everything in 2025. The whispers are getting louder. The rules are becoming clearer, and the preparation phase feels like it's hitting maximum speed. This is no longer about rumors, it's about readiness. And if you've been waiting for that moment to act, the window might open sooner than you think. So let's break down exactly what's being discussed and why it matters right now. Shift. In conversation for years, most of the chatter was about rates and dates. People debated who had the inside scoop, and speculation ran wild. But something is different this time. Experienced voices in the community are no longer spending time on wild predictions. Instead, they're talking about step-by-step preparation, especially for those who may be part of Tier 4B. The discussions now revolve around how the new exchange process might actually work, what documents will be required, how to book your appointment, and how to move through the system without delays. There's a sense that the green light could be coming soon, and those who are not fully prepared might find themselves watching the opportunity pass by. This shift from speculation to strategy is exactly what we've been waiting for, and it signals that we may be closer to the real thing than ever before. Tier 4B appointments, explained. One of the biggest updates being whispered about is Tier 4B appointment scheduling. If this information is accurate, exchanges for certain participants could require a booked appointment rather than a walk-in process. That means if you're in this group, you can't just show up whenever you want. You'll need to follow specific instructions. The idea is to keep the process organized, secure, and efficient. Appointment windows could be limited and missing. Yours might mean delays or even losing your slot. This is why preparation matters. Imagine waiting a decade for this RV, only to find out you missed your appointment because you weren't checking the right channels or didn't have your details ready. The focus right now is on making sure every Tier 4B participant understands exactly what to do when their moment comes. New exchange rates in 2025 alongside talk about appointments. There's growing excitement about potential new exchange rates in 2025. While no official numbers have been released, some insiders are hinting that the rates could surprise people in a very positive way. That means the stakes are higher than ever. If the rates are indeed favorable, even a small amount of dinar could translate into life-changing returns. But this also means there will be more attention, more security, and more steps involved in the process. The days of thinking this will be a quick, casual exchange are over. This will be structured, monitored, and regulated. And if you're not ready with your paperwork, your identification, and your plan, you might not be able to take full advantage of whatever the new rate turns out to be. Why the framework matters. Think of this like preparing for a rocket launch. All the building, testing, and waiting has brought us to this point. But when the countdown starts, you need absolute focus. The framework, the rules, the structure, the order of steps is what will determine who gets to move forward smoothly and who gets stuck on the sidelines. Many seasoned investors are now going over checklists, identification documents, proof of ownership, bank account details, non-disclosure agreements, and security measures for transporting currency. This isn't the time to wing it. More prepared you are before the doors open, the faster and easier your exchange will be. The framework is not just bureaucracy. It's your roadmap to turning possibility into reality. Avoiding last-minute problems, one of the biggest fears right now, is being caught off guard by a small but critical detail. Imagine showing up to your appointment only to realize you're missing a key document or that your ID has expired. That's the kind of problem that could delay you for days or weeks. And in a high-demand situation like this, delays could be costly. That's why preparation is being stressed so heavily. If you haven't already, now's the time to double-check every piece of paperwork you might need. Make sure your dinar is safely stored and ready for transport. Understand the procedures you'll need to follow so there are no surprises. This is about protecting your opportunity by eliminating potential roadblocks before they even appear. The importance of discretion. Another key theme being discussed is discretion. If you're part of Tier 4B or expecting to exchange at a favorable rate, broadcasting that information could attract unwanted attention. This is why experienced voices are advising people to move quietly. Keep details private and share only with those who absolutely need to know. The last thing you want is to become a target because you talk too openly about your plans. Security is not just about locking your doors, it's about controlling information. In 2025, with global interest in the Dinar RV potentially at an all-time high, keeping your exchange process low profile might be one of the smartest moves you can make. Managing new wealth conversation doesn't stop at the exchange table. In fact, that's just the beginning. Once you have access to new wealth, the challenge becomes managing it wisely. Many in the community are talking about setting up trusts, consulting financial advisors, and creating long-term plans to protect their gains. The truth is, without a strategy, sudden wealth can disappear faster than it arrives. Taxes, poor investments, and impulsive spending can eat away at even the largest windfalls. That's why part of the preparation now is about education, learning how to handle your money in a way that secures your future rather than jeopardizes it. The global implications. What? Also fascinating is the idea that this RV process, if handled in an organized way, could become a model for other countries and currencies in the future. The level of detail being discussed, from appointment systems to post-exchange wealth management, could set a precedent. That means we're not just looking at a financial event for one group of investors. We could be witnessing the creation of a blueprint for how major currency reevaluations are conducted worldwide. And being part of that first wave could be both a privilege and a responsibility. Market factors and the float too. Understand the potential timing and movement of rates. We also need to look at the concept of the float. A float is simply the price range where something trades before it stabilizes. Market trends, supply and demand, and major news events can all impact this. If the dinar enters a float phase, the rate could shift quickly before settling at its long-term value. That means acting at the right time could be the difference between maximizing returns and missing out. This is another reason why understanding the framework now is essential. You may need to move fast once the process begins. The countdown feeling right now feels like we're in the final minutes before a rocket launch. The energy is high. The instructions are being finalized and the countdown could start at any moment. For those who have been patient, done their research, and prepared quietly, this could be the payoff they've been waiting for. But for those who thought they could wait until the last minute, the risk of missing the opportunity is real. Every day counts now, and the people who use this time wisely could be the ones who end up in the best position when the signal is given. Closing. Push to prepares, we move deeper into 2025. The whispers about Tier 4B appointments and new exchange rates are only getting louder. The message is clear. Be ready before the call comes. That means knowing your documents, understanding the process, and having your plan locked in place. Because when the green light is given, there won't be time to scramble. This could be one of those rare history-making moments where preparation and opportunity meet in the same instant. And if you've been in this journey for years, you know how important it is to be standing at that door, ready to walk through the moment it swings open. The clock is ticking, and readiness could be everything.